Usman, the cognitive consultant. I help people manage their weight, remove their anxiety, and improve their performance. And today I want to talk about fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is a problem that has become very common these days, apparently, and I have come across it many, many times. Fibromyalgia is basically muscular and skeletal pain that a person feels throughout their body. But it's not just pain and soreness, it's also fatigue, a sense of lack of energy. And in fact, for some, it also gives sort of a brain fog where you can't even think clearly or properly. I have certainly come across this problem with clients several times. I know a lot of people who've had it. People suffering from fibromyalgia also suffer from depression sometimes, and headaches and anything associated with pain. And because obviously, if you're lazy, if you feel soreness in your body, it affects your life, and that also impairs your lifestyle and hence causes anxiety and depression. Now, we know that fibromyalgia does not have a real single specific cause. It is related to genetics for sure. It tends to run in the family. We also know that it can be caused by infections. We also know that it can be aggravated by infections. And the biggest thing is that it seems that it gets triggered through a traumatic event. Infections can also be traumatic for the body, but I mean physical trauma, mental trauma as well. It seems to be triggered by mental trauma as well. And for some reason, we know that it seems to affect women far, far more often than men. Far, far more often. If you're a woman, you're far more likely to be diagnosed with fibromyalgia than men. And because there is no one specific cause, in my experience, anyone who has ever complained about fibromyalgia, and I'm not talking about physical ailments right now, I'm not talking about physical triggers right now, I'm talking about my experience with fibromyalgia. Anyone who's been diagnosed with fibromyalgia seems to have had a very complicated life history. Of course, this means trouble with spouses, trouble with parents, and so on. A lot of people that I have come across with fibromyalgia have either been deeply traumatized or are deeply anxious right now. And I do hypothesize that getting rid of that life problem can help improve the symptoms of fibromyalgia a lot. So for example, if somebody is going through a divorce, once they've gone through a divorce, it might become much easier. Or if they're having trouble with their parents or they're having trouble with their professional life, once that problem is over, symptoms will probably reduce. That I'm talking about my experience, not what doctors say or whatever. I'm just talking about my experience over here. Okay. And because stress, anxiety, and trauma have so much to do with it, this is the reason why hypnosis can be so useful for fibromyalgia. In fact, even simple relaxation exercise regularly can help lower the symptoms, lower the pain, lower the incidence of pain and lethargy. With hypnosis, a skilled hypnotherapist can even treat trauma through hypnosis. Maybe not in one session, it can take a lot of time, but they can do that. And resolving that trauma can surely help reduce symptoms of fibromyalgia. So that's it from me today. This was Umair Usman, and I just want to talk a bit about fibromyalgia, what it means, what are the causes of fibromyalgia, and how hypnosis can help. And I'm sure we've learned something today. Thank you very much. This is Umair Usman, the cognitive consultant, and I will see you next time.